Chaotically Nerdy is a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. On this week's episode is me, Tyler.
And me, Jared.
Me, Ethan.
And me and Ashley and Zeddy.
Yeah, we forgot to mention she was here.
Yeah,
she didn't really cause any problems the last episode, so that's why we didn't mention it, I guess.
She's sleeping.
She's snoozing. Just a little snoozy baby.
Just passed out.
Yeah, she's mad because I won't let her go out into the hallway and explore Jared's house and get into shit. So
He probably appreciates that.
Probably safer for her.
yeah, I really like the ant. I really like the ant trap that's like right next to the garbage can that she has sniffed a couple times, and I'm like, bitch, I'll kill you. We've already gotten into the weed resin. We've already gotten into a whole bunch of shit that we don't need to.
Leave the ant trap alone.
Leave it alone.
It's been there for 6 years at this point.
Is this a container of ricin? What's this doing on the floor open?
Delicioso.
Ooh, bleach?
I always love beans.
So this week we're going to talk about Arcane Season 2.
Season dose.
If you haven't watched Season 2, or you have watched Season 2 but didn't hear us talk about Season 1, go back a week and you'll find it.
Yep.
Do it.
Or don't. I don't care. I'm not your parent.
Go back a week. You can't go back a week.
Go back in time.
Oh, but can you?
You can go back
You can go back 4 seconds.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
What happens if you don't? Shit gets weird.
You can go back 4 seconds unless you just decide.
That was an eyeball flying past his head. Honestly, it was.
Yeah.
You can go back 4 seconds unless you just decide, fuck it. I'm going to do more.
This is actually a reference to what happens in what we're talking about this week.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
On to our Arcane Season 2.
At least it ties in for once.
Relevant. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's rare for us.
Somebody write that down. Corey, Logan, write it down.
You're the only ones listening to this. So.
This fucking slop.
Slop. That's not true anyway.
That's not true. The episode that I recorded probably was, but for the most part, it's not.
Next week's episode, it's just Jarrett pissing for 30 minutes.
That's a lot of pee.
It's a lot of pee.
We're going to hook you up to 3 IVs.
You have to be on an IV to sustain it, yeah.
Just constant. Got 3 different IVs.
If we have to do this in your bathroom, I'm not going to be here for it.
I don't think it would support all 4 of them.
Then it wouldn't matter where you peed because you're just
That's true.
peeing outside anyway.
Yeah, a hole in the ground.
Oh my. It's just going to be Jared pissing.
All right.
Oh, shit. That's just funny.
So, like last time, though, for Arcane, I went on a little bitty spiel about the world and where we're starting. But I guess I don't have to do that this time.
No, because if they want to hear the spiel about
They can go
League
back
of
4
Legends Lord-
seconds and
go back
listen to
4 seconds.
stop themselves from listening to this.
I mean, at this point, we're at 3 minutes, so you got to go back at least 4.
Nope,
will
you
say-
can only go back 4 seconds.
Jesus.
Can you go back 4 seconds and then back another 4 seconds and
It
then
doesn't-
back another 4 seconds?
Somebody
doesn't seem
send
like it.
help. This is a continuous loop of stupid shit. Send help.
Every time he does it, he has to let it play for like 4 seconds.
It takes 4 seconds to recharge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Convenient.
Yeah. So it's like,
For gameplay.
yeah.
Because that's actually his ultimate functionality is that you click it and you go back 4 seconds to where you used to be. Your health goes back to where it was 4 seconds ago.
Oh, so it's like Tracer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Tracer, except for it was before Tracer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, though you're not going to talk about the lore, obviously, again, I have not watched this episode or this season at all. So, could you listen? I have fucking priorities, and sleeping is one of them. Could you explain to me, one of the 3 of you, the plot for this one? We obviously talked about
Everything's
the plot
fucked
of
up
Yeah.
from the previous season.
Yeah.
And they go about making it worse.
And, well, Noxus basically occupies Piltover as and tries to like militarily take it over.
Well-
and does kind of succeed.
They do
Briefly.
sort of succeed. Well,
Yeah.
Noxus is really a non-entity for the most part in the first season.
Yeah,
They're basically just watching, and what happens is they with the rise of Hexatech, they notice that it's a rising, powerful resource that they can do a lot of evil with.
Yeah.
So
And
they're political lobbyists. Go ahead. Yep.
and then they move in to try and take over this whole Hexatech thing so they could use it to gain more power for themselves.
Yeah. To basically strengthen their military.
Yeah, essentially. And that works out for them, honestly.
It really does.
It really does.
Yep.
Yep.
And I have a question that doesn't have to do with Hextech. It has to do with something later in the show that we see. The runes that the one Noxian guy,
Yeah,
Carves out.
the green ones.
yeah, the green runes. The fuck are those?
Anti-magic.
They're
I mean-
anti-magic runes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, I don't
know specifically.
remember if they were in the game or if they.
Well, they don't
Just-
like mages, right? Noxans?
They look like they're mostly warriors.
They don't like mages who aren't under their thumb.
Sure, yeah.
Is what it is. It's not that they don't like magic. It's just that they're very good at nullifying.
I just remember, they said, like, and Bessa says something like, she's like, fuck those
I think
mage assholes or something like
I think that's because they're
Essentially.
she's
Yeah.
specifically talking about the ones that are
Oh, the Black Rose?
yes.
There are mages in Noxia, so it's it's hard to say.
Maybe it's just more Ambessa's general attitude towards mages. Just like,
Probably
fuck
is.
those people.
Yeah.
Which,
Especially because they've essentially killed her son at this point.
not essentially, they did.
Well, yeah. And have been terrorizing her ever since.
And are attempting to steal her daughter.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So does this episode? Did you watch any of season 2? Like today?
Rewatch? No.
Yeah, rewatch any of it.
No. I just watched it, 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, whenever it came out.
It opens with the explosion, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay. I thought it did.
Yeah.
And then we get to see.
Everybody died.
Everybody
Not
did.
everybody, but a good chunk of them.
And
Yeah.
we have the introduction of, 2 more individual arcs? Because we already had Jace and Vi and Powder
And Victor.
And Victor was in
and Victor.
Yeah.
So now we're introducing
Mel.
Mel
more of Mel.
and her
She was
daughter.
in season 1.
Nope.
No, you're
Mother.
thinking
No,
Mother.
Mother.
Bessa.
Sorry, backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we also have Caitlyn's storyline.
And Caitlin.
Yeah. Where they're now just completely separate from one another. So there's 6 or 7 storylines that are going instead of the 4 that we had in the first season.
Yes. Which realistically, the only character that's in this that you did not see in season 1 is Andressa. Amdressa. However you say her name.
And Bessa.
Ambessa.
She's in there the last 2 episodes of season
And Bessa
one.
is
Is she? I didn't remember.
She
seeing her.
Noxian.
that's basically when she shows up. And she tries to power play Jace by being naked in a hot tub.
Yeah.
Right after Jace had slept with Mel.
I thought that was season 2. Not
Nope.
going to lie to you.
Season 1. I just watched it last night.
Okay. Interesting.
I was like, oh, that's a power play and a half.
Tells you what happens whenever you binge watch a show.
No, but
it kind of all runs together.
It does. Trying to think what else happens in that first episode. Oh, they figure out that there's this sort of arcane corrupted core.
Oh, the seed, yeah.
the seed thing.
That Victor,
the
created.
sphere
Not
thing
created,
that
but
Victor
created.
accidentally created.
yeah. Oh, yeah, we didn't say,
Became
absorbed that assistant lady. Which
Yeah. Yeah,
was
that's true
like,
too.
oh, God.
Sky just
gets absorbed,
Gets absorbed.
disintegrated.
but
And then he dumps her out of sewer.
as I said,
He does.
in,
He does.
in the episode about season 1, I think this is the start of where we're going to be seeing people being magic needs to be regulated because this is a
Heimerdinger
terrible-
said that in episode 4.
No,
He's
I mean,
he's whoa, hang on here. I've seen this shit. It don't go good. And they're like,
Right.
fuck you, you little fucker.
basically they're like, "Fuck you, old man."
Yeah, you don't know shit about fuck.
Even though you've been alive for 600 years.
And it's like 300. But
It
yeah.
is 300.
Yeah.
But you
He's
got to
Yoda.
add some years.
He's kind of like Yoda.
He's kind of Yoda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Well,
Is he green?
No, he looks like a little Yorkie.
Yeah, he really. That's a
Kinda.
very good
Yeah,
description.
that's exactly what he looks like.
I mean, he's real small
Yeah.
animal dude. Looks kind of like a Yorkie.
Here, I'll
Anthropomorphic dog.
Dog.
Yeah.
don't you hate that you caused that?
Like, that was so long ago. If I could go back that many 4 seconds,
That's him.
I would shoot every one of you right when that happened. In the fucking face.
Would just say it and then pull out a gun and shoot us. That would be fucking hilarious, personally. Because I would love to see that from the afterlife of you going to trial and having to explain what happened.
No.
They'd put me in an asylum is what would happen. I wouldn't go back and kill Tyler. And I would never meet Ashley.
She wasn't there.
No. But
No, but he's saying
Oh, all
because.
four of
if-
us?
Yeah.
Because I met Tyler through Jeremy, that if Tyler wasn't existent, then I wouldn't have met.
That's
But
very
the-
true.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you kill him, it's the same thing, too.
No.
Yeah. Because if you kill him, we probably don't start the podcast.
Yep.
We'll find somebody else.
Wow.
I am replaceable.
Apparently.
I'm replaceable. I didn't make any. I didn't make any of the scripts.
Listen,
I
we're
was
gonna
supposed to.
We're gonna have a performance review.
I'm not going to be there for it. You can have it.
Oh no, it's now.
All right. I guess I'm going home.
Your biannual performance.
Biannual.
Well, we didn't do one last year.
Rated. 1 star.
Oh, I thought it was an A.
I thought it was an A and you marked it out.
It looks like an A. Either way.
I'm 1 star. Okay.
Out of how many stars?
100.
Get one.
You kind of asked for that one.
Yeah,
didn't
you
you?
shouldn't have asked.
Can we go on with this? Drank the rest of my eggnog.
Which is so fucking weird to me that you
It's December. It's
A
fine.
full container of egg.
Listen,
There's no cups.
Listen, if Mariah Carey's on the radio, you can drink eggnog. Who gives a shit?
Straight out of the bottle.
She's on the radio from the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Back up north, they would start it at like November 15th.
Whoa, dude.
Oh, it's getting down to the bottom. It's thick.
She's thick.
She thick.
Damn, boy. She thick, boy. Oh, I'm glad the brain cell said he's got the brain cell. She's using it to nap.
Oh, man.
She used that brain cell the other day to eat something nasty.
God.
Yep.
Oh, God.
I do.
If she's in charge of the
Back
brain cell,
to the
we're in
show.
trouble.
Yep.
It's interesting that you just got a bunch of Jinx followers now.
Yeah.
Jinxers.
Well, I mean, it's of course they are, even though she killed some of them. Yeah. It makes sense though, because like she's fighting against the man essentially.
That's how it looks.
Yeah.
Really, she's just fucking nuts and just shot it.
The way that you guys are describing her reminds me of that Falcone lady from The Penguin.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Similar.
she's kind of insane, but she has a lot of power and a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's
kind of
caused by
respect her
family
for it.
trauma.
And at times she makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair
okay.
enough.
Yeah.
I immediately thought of something and it just went by as soon as I thought of it.
Said he took it.
Yeah, you gotta grab onto it next time.
I tried.
Fucking-
I tried real hard.
Said he has the
It was too fast.
Said has the brain
Eggnog.
cell.
I don't think that'll help.
It might. You don't know.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Caitlin.
Yeah.
Why does she not get called out for being a jinxer? She's got blue hair. That seems to be the minimum criteria for
Different
them.
shade of blue, bud.
She has navy blue hair.
Yeah.
Fine.
Not teal hair. Different hair.
It's different blue.
Different blue.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different thing.
Also helps that she's very much the leader of the anti-Jinx movement. She's like, I'm gonna fucking find that bitch. I'm gonna kill that bitch.
Find a bitch.
The uniform and the beret kind of sets it apart too.
There's something else that I need to bring up now that I thought about your hair color. Vi coloring her hair black
Oh yeah.
with Vi tattooed on her fucking face. Like that.
she's just, she wants to be low key.
She's not.
In a
She's
fighting
beating the
pit.
shit out of everybody.
She sounds like a Zoomer with a face tattoo.
It's a prison tat. Because we didn't mention this in the season 1 review, but the point where in between 3 and 4, episodes 3 and 4, where Jinx becomes Powder or Powder becomes Jinx, Vi is in prison for basically the murder of her adoptive father and the other kids because they pinned it on her.
Vander, who later becomes Warwick.
Yeah.
In this season.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, she's in prison for like 7 years and gets a bunch of prison tats.
Love that.
Which is also another reason that she's like very distinguishable.
Yeah.
She's a massive back tattoo.
She's got tattoos everywhere. She's covered in them, and she walks around with giant fucking gauntlets. Her hands are always wrapped.
Well, after when her and Caitlyn break up, she leaves the gauntlets.
Oh, I was going to say she's giving lesbian energy,
Oh, yeah.
but never mind.
Oh, yeah, they're gay.
She gives a lot of lesbian energy when they have sex.
In the prison. That one was, I was like, okay.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Skip
I don't
ahead.
it was 4 minutes from start to finish.
I was just like, man, this is a very elongated
How many how many times did you try to get through it with Sam catching it?
Sam wasn't home when I watched it.
Yeah, he was very deliberate.
No, I didn't know that was going to happen. But either way, I don't need 4 minutes of sex scenes of any. I don't need 4 minutes was what I just said. In referring to sex. That's why.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Good God.
Yep.
Sorry, Sam.
I'm sorry.
We all feel sorry for you.
We feel, well, I'll get you a card.
Yeah.
2 kids
Our
and
condolences.
not a lot of satisfaction with it.
Sometimes with 2 kids, you only got 4 minutes.
That's true.
I don't need 4 minutes. Get it done in 30 seconds. Good Lord. All right.
Reminds me.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Exactly. That reminds me, somebody at work, their girlfriend came up and brought them food, and somebody asked them, they're like, you want to take your 30-minute break? And I said, what, 3-minute break? Is that what you said? And they both started laughing like, yeah, I mean, if we're lucky. But either way, I don't need to watch 4 minutes of a sex scene.
Oh, especially since they had to cut around all the nudity.
Yeah. Like, I was
watching, I'm like, okay, so we're just cutting around everything here.
It was oddly specific.
Jared's like, if I'm going to watch this and enjoy
Well,
it,
I was just
wanna
like, I
fucking
was
enjoy
kind of
it.
like, well, they start taking off clothes. So I'm like, are we going to have like, I was like, they didn't show any nudity in the first season. I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, that'd be an odd, like, progression to like all of a sudden jump to like lesbian sex scene in the middle of the show.
No nudity, lesbian sex.
And I was like, okay. And
Obvious
and
first
then they
step.
just start cutting around, well-placed hands and angles. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So we're just
A
cutting
pineapple, just blocking a nipple there.
Like, okay. I see what we
Garlic
did here.
necklace.
It extends all the way down. You got one clove right there.
The lesbian, it'd be a banana.
A garlic lay. No, you should say that fancy. God.
Are you talking about the banana joke? Because I heard it.
No.
Okay.
No, it was about some guy that was trying to bully me in traffic.
Yeah, we were driving down what?
Doesn't seem smart.
60.
And we were just before the Buxico exit.
And finally the guy got a chance, and then he took his like dually and revved it up and ran right past it when I had my turn signal on, and he was like, and he like slowed down and revved it right next to me and then went on.
Yeah.
And like that guy's trying to get home so his wife can make him wear a strap on so she can get the he makes his wife wear a strap on so he can have the comfort of a reach around.
That's pretty good.
And me sitting in the passenger seat, I was like, what the fuck did you just say?
You want to run that by me again, boss? Oh, what?
I I was like, that was single-handedly probably one of the funniest insults that I've ever heard.
No, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't need sex scenes in shows that don't advance the plot. And realistically, I can only think of 2 scenes that I've ever seen that were sex scenes that advanced the plot. Both of them are in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that happens.
Jaime and Cersei at the start.
Okay.
Which isn't really much of a sex scene. It's more just them busting in and seeing it.
They're humping.
And then Melisandre and Gendry.
Oh, I thought you were
using the blood.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are the only 2 I can think of. There's probably more.
There's a couple in some James Bond movies where he obtained some information during a sex scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I feel like the majority of the time, it's just there.
It's there to keep people interested.
Make a good story.
No, it's just like you gotta show some skin every once in a while.
Nah, I don't need it. If your story's good, I don't need it.
Look at Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I also don't need that much animated sex, I'll be honest. It's not that good.
There's
I would like
Okay, I'm at a table with 2 weebs, so I'm not really...
I'm
No,
I'm saying there's a large community that will disagree.
There is a
I
large
know there's
community.
a large community that disagrees with me. They need help.
It was just the way you said it. I was trying to think of how to turn it into a joke, but I'm stupid. Because you were like, I don't need that much. And I was
Just
like,
a little bit.
so where's
Just a
the
little
line
bit.
at? What?
4 seconds.
4 minutes.
Keeps going back.
4 seconds.
I don't need 4 minutes.
I think 4 seconds is how long it takes them to pull the ripcord.
We haven't talked about this show at all. We just talked about random crap. Now.
Yeah, but most of it's pertaining to the show.
It's true.
So Vi joins the Enforcers.
Yeah.
Which seems really strange to me.
Yes,
Yeah, I didn't. That seemed forced almost.
it did.
Yeah. Be like, yeah, my mom died.
And-
Okay, I'll join.
And Vander Light joined.
I think it's mostly just
Vander's kid. I don't care what anybody says. He looks so much like
yeah, it
Vander.
does. I think it's just because she wanted to help catch Jinx. She probably feels partly responsible.
Maybe it's Vander's brother. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't remember his name. if he had one.
That's the way I read it. She just felt like her sister, her responsibility, also doesn't want her to die. So I'll be part of the team that helps catch her.
And maybe I can prevent it.
Yeah, she needs to go to jail for a long time.
Jinx?
Yeah.
Yeah. If not executed. I mean, she's an adult now.
And she has a kid.
Well, it's-
Adopted kid. But
well,
Oh.
not anymore.
and she had a kid.
That was just gross neglect, though, because the kid blew itself up
Yeah. Like,
trying to kill its own step grandfather.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
talk about some family problems.
The adopted kid is trying to kill its adoptive mother's adopted father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Who is now a monster.
Yeah.
But, I mean, still, it's
Pretty
still
badass
messed up.
monster at that.
Oh, was that giant wolf thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about with
Yeah,
that
it's
one.
awesome.
I did see that part.
Yeah.
That's something I watched. Holy shit.
Yeah. It was badass. It was
It
a
was
badass
badass.
moment.
Also,
I
blew up
also-
that cool gun.
Yeah, that kind of sucked.
I did laugh though, like when it happened.
Oh, I did too.
I was like, God damn it! Like, didn't need to do that, but all right.
Yeah. Just a little.
So, at least it worked this time.
Eh.
No, he's dead, but like
I mean,
they just kind of reanimate him.
Dead.
Yeah,
yeah. Dead is apparently a very loose term.
It
in this
is.
show.
It's in the world.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
In this world, it is a very loose term.
Speaking of that, whenever speaking of Vander / Warwick, whenever he's introduced,
Oh, with
like in the prison,
yeah,
that's like I love that scene. That's my favorite episode of this season. Is the whole fight down there where
yeah.
he's like he's just murdering everybody.
murdering people.
It's impressive.
They commit a lot of war crimes in this season, though. There's a lot of war
Well,
crimes. They tried to
fair-
flush out Zahn by filling it with poison gas.
Yeah,
I
to be
mean,
fair, they
Mustard.
don't have a
Hell, that
Geneva
mustard
Convention.
gas.
Therefore, no war crimes.
Yeah. It's only a war crime if the people survive to say it.
Yeah, if everybody
I
agrees,
don't,
these
that's
are
not how that works.
No,
It's
I
still
think-
a war crime. They're
Nope.
just not convicted for it.
yeah.
Therefore, it does not exist.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the Geneva Convention's a better argument.
Yeah. So if there's no Geneva Convention, it's
Saying
not
something's like not illegal because you didn't get caught is dumb. It's still illegal. You just didn't get caught.
Yeah. So Victor's whole storyline, his and Jace's, baffles me. Like, I just don't know how to follow it.
It's because it's like sequentially out of order because of the time hijinks.
Yeah. And it's just,
What? Okay, so Victor, towards the end of season 1,
yeah, got absorbed.
Well,
Yeah,
he becomes
yeah.
like corrupted
Yeah.
by the
basically
seed.
Starts out with corrupted and then,
by Arcane.
In the first season,
Yes.
yeah.
And what happens is that Heimerdinger and Jace go and find this thing because they find this weird nexus of arcane energy that shouldn't be there. So they go there, they look at it, and him and Echo and
Echo's later, right? Or is he,
No,
is
all
it
three of them are
all
down.
three of them are
We only
there
pick
together.
up Echo. Okay, yeah.
Right.
He meets Heimerdinger and he's like, it's been a year.
Right.
Yeah. Gotcha,
Right.
yeah.
And they get sucked into the thing as well, but it's like
An
a
alternate-
weird time or alternate universe
Yeah,
thing.
it's alternate
Yes.
universe.
which we need to talk about briefly
Yeah.
in a minute.
And
Multiverse shenanigans.
the next time you see Chase, he comes out and he kills the douchebag.
The douchebag.
The skinny guy who had his legs redone by Victor.
Singed? Nope.
not
No.
singed.
The like reddish blonde hair guy.
Lieutenant
That
Dan.
was in the wheelchair?
Lieutenant Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Lieutenant Dan, yes. Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
And he kills him like immediately.
Like, what the fuck?
Sallow.
And he's got a new hammer.
Yeah,
Or,
well,
it's an old hammer.
It's an old hammer.
It's a new old hammer.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, but it looks different than the other
And
hammer.
he's got a beard.
And he's got a beard. So that's the next time we see Jace. We don't know what's happened. He's just going around killing people, and then he goes and kills Victor. And then we do a backtrack.
Yeah. Then it's like, here's what happened.
Well, he goes and shoots Victor.
Yeah.
Through the chest.
Yeah.
With a beam.
Which would
So
kill
make the
most people.
Yeah. Okay. So he goes and shoots Victor, who they were trying to go save in the first place. So now this is weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then they do the flashback and they go show Echo in the tavern.
Yeah.
And he goes outside. Heimerdinger shows up and he's like, "Oh, it's been 8 years or whatever."
1,000 something days.
Yeah.
What he said. It's like
Yeah.
1,200 something days.
I don't know. That's 4 years.
Yeah. Roughly.
Well, less than, but whatever it was. And then they find their way
Yeah.
Back to the real world.
sort of. And
Yeah.
Well,
but
they
Heimerdinger
don't.
doesn't go.
Yeah. Heimerdinger's like, I'm going to stay.
Yeah. And then Echo makes it back.
Yep.
And he's trying to make things better. Again, trying to save Jinx.
Well, this is also where he gets the time travel power of going backwards 4
Yeah.
seconds.
Yes. And you find out that Jace had been to this dystopian, like, post-apocalyptic future.
Yeah.
Where
Which was the future.
everything had been taken over by Victor.
Yeah.
Where it was just, like, horrible. No one was alive. Nothing really
Yeah.
existed correctly. And then he finds himself, the dead himself, and the Victor appears there and gives him the thing and says, "Here, go back."
Well,
And
now it appears there. Goes back in time in the original timeline to Jace's past and
whenever he's
gives
the
him the
kid.
bracelet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, that's fucking cool.
That's a
Yeah.
loop and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's also this because, like, what? Where's that? Where's the original hammer to make the old new? It's like a paradoxically play. How'd that hammer get there? If it's always, it's like, it you just get, it's like.
So now the screwed up Jace
timey wimey shenanigans.
goes back because Victor gave him the stuff, and then that's when he kills in his timeline, kills Lieutenant Dan, and then goes and shoots Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and eventually he ends up back on top of the tower with the thing.
Yeah.
With,
So-
Victor.
Here's my question
Version of Victor.
with all that. Is Victor's motivations after getting out of that, whenever he can start healing people and stuff like that, what's it based off of? Is it something that the Arcane, like, is that what it's supposed to be?
Well, see, Jace's original thing was before he got corrupted. Victor's original goal, I believe, was to provide magic to everybody.
Yeah. Just to help people.
To help people so that everybody would be on the same level, same playing field, instead of having Zahn and Piltover being so disparate from one another. They'd be at the same playing field and everyone would have a good time. He gets corrupted, so he tries to do the same thing, but now he's got these super magical healing powers, and so he starts healing people of their problems and making them be more peaceful and
Healing
gregarious.
connective powers.
And that doesn't fly for very long because people come in and screw it up.
Okay.
Namely Ambassa and Jace.
Yeah.
And then all those people died because he got shot. And he's like, well, I think I understand better now. Nobody needs to have free will.
Yeah.
I need to make everybody comply. So that's why he starts...
Compliance is mandatory.
Yeah, that's why he starts taking over everybody.
Yeah.
And
Okay. And then after he's essentially taken over everybody and realizes what he's done, is whenever he sees Jace and fixes it.
Yes.
And tells Jace to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he doesn't die. He skedaddles.
Yeah.
Essentially. He's like, okay, well, I'll just go away then.
Nasty.
Yeah, it is. It's a nasty doggo.
No, it farted.
That's what I'm saying.
Being in the other realm with Echo,
Multiverse.
did Zahn not seem like it was just a much better place?
Yeah, because it's like, it's kind of implied that because Hextech wasn't around, like they just kind of essentially equaled out to where like Zahn and Piltover were just kind of like chill.
Okay. Because I seen that and was like, man, if I would have died.
Yeah,
Because in season 1, we did talk on the episode that we talked about how whenever they invented Hexatech, it made it that much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
Because
like,
they had the advancements.
Zahn wasn't like terrible in like episode 1 or 2. It was just like, it's kind of slummy, but it was like,
Livable.
normal people lived there and had made lives. And
But the vast overproduction of Hexatech probably created some
Yeah,
pollution.
and Silco making a fucking drug empire.
Yep.
Didn't help.
Which I do know that is something that we've seen beforehand, maybe before the Echo thing, whenever Vi and Jinx go, I think it's Jinx, maybe Caitlyn, I don't know. Vi and somebody go back to the bar and they find that note that Vander wrote to Silco.
It was Caitlyn, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
And either way, it was like, oh, this would have fixed everything if Silco would have got it and da-da-da-da-da, because it's basically like a giant apology letter, which who knows if that would have fixed everything or not, because at that point...
Even that, at that point, he was already kind of like...
deranged.
Yeah. Already had a creepy eye.
Well, I mean, it was the fallout of Vi and Powder's parents dying, and then Vander and him having a rift.
And Vander trying to kill him.
And Vander trying to kill him, and that made Silco change so much.
Yeah.
Because we did have that flashback to when Powder's and Vi's mom were hanging out with Vander, who was the bartender, and Silco, who was at the bar.
Yeah, because they were all kind of working together at that point.
They were like
a friend group.
They were like the group like Vi and Powder and Clagger and Milo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Essentially.
They're like, oh yeah, we're going to steal some shit.
But Otherworld, where it's better, Jinx still has her little doll that she talks to and is fucking creepy with.
She was always crazy.
Yeah. It's just weird. I don't like it.
It's just now she has like Echo to like ground her.
Yeah. We got to hear Heimerdinger sing.
And play guitar.
And play guitar.
Yeah.
Which was impressive.
The old guitar.
I liked it. I actually thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. In fact, I thought the music during the sections, like where Echo and Heimerdinger were in the other universe, I thought the music in that section was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I think, like I don't know if I said it in this part or if I said it in part 1.
It was part 1.
But I think the music in this season was better. It was like
It was the last one that we recorded.
Yep.
yeah. So No, I've said it in both.
Yep.
I think the music was better.
Really
in this
good.
season.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes me like the Warwick Jinx fight, like the first one, so much better because it has some very emotionally driving music behind it, and it just enhances that.
It's when she finds out that it's Vander. Yeah. And that was...
And like you see Vander start to realize that he's Vander, not a monster. But then he becomes a robotic monster.
Yeah.
Enhanced monster.
Enhanced.
Later in the season and still kills Jinx, quote unquote.
Undecided.
Yeah.
Undecided.
She blows up. That's all we know.
Well, technically, she's the one that did
She
that.
didn't blow up. She falls.
She falls, but there's an explosion at the bottom of it.
Because she had the little bombs out there.
Yeah. Throw the bombs.
I mean, she survived explosions on top of her in the first season because on the bridge, there was no good reason as to why she should have survived that.
Magic.
She's also
A very popular character.
She's also got some sort of arcane corruption too, where she
Yeah.
She's like super speed almost.
That is true. Also, that's something we didn't talk about in the first season. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but they're Vi's and Powder's eyes, or Jinx's eyes. Jinx has violet eyes. Like somebody did a color picker, like they paused it and picked it, and it's literally the color for violet. And Vi has powder blue eyes.
Neat.
So it's just a neat little touch.
And their mom had purple hair.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. little neat little character details.
Yeah. Is there anything else we need to talk about with this season?
Ratings.
Well, no, there's a
but-
whole big part of like Bessa taking over and Mel fighting her,
Yeah.
being like, "Fuck you, mom." You
Well,
suck."
that is true. There was the whole part where Mel became a sorceress.
Mel was like taken by that spell, the
Black Rose,
Black Roses.
Yeah.
and then like she got like super powered up.
And apparently she has a sibling.
No, we knew that.
No, not the brother. I'm talking about, because remember the brother announces that in his findings he found out she had another child.
That wasn't really her brother though.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if that counts.
That's true. So what is
I don't know.
was it real or was it not? I don't know.
I don't know.
Just because it's
What's real?
yeah.
Yeah, and then
And
Vanessa.
the whole final fight of like everybody fighting each other, like Jace basically being like, "We all like final stand. Victor's big fucking robot people army. If we lose, the world ends."
Yeah.
You know.
And then Echo decides that 4 seconds is not enough.
Yeah.
So he just turns it up and
Well, look, it didn't kill Echo when he went past 4. It killed a Heimerdinger.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just like a species thing. Heimerdingers can't go backwards more than 4 seconds.
Yordles.
I like that.
Yordles.
That's what he thought.
Heimerdingers.
Well, if he's Yoda, what do we call it? They're Yodas.
They're Yordles. There's a name for them.
Heimerdingers.
Hummerdingers.
But maybe that's just like I don't know. Because it didn't, like, when he went back, he was just like, oh, explosion, goo. Nope, can't go back that far.
Yeah. 4 seconds is the limit.
So I don't know.
Okay.
It did seem like it put like an immense amount of stress on his body to go back that far.
Yeah. Did seem weird.
No, it was kind of funny whenever he tried it the first time, and they look over, and the camera jumps over to Heimerdinger, and his eyes are like,
Yeah, bullish.
and then he goes back to Echo, and then you just see an eyeball fly past him, and there's this gout of blood, and then it goes back, and it's like, what happened? No, we can't do that.
Nope.
4 seconds is the limit.
You don't want to know.
4 seconds. No more.
And then we didn't
Seen
talk
some
about
things, man.
we didn't talk about what happens with Jason Victor, which is just like I don't know.
Yeah,
They just-
it's not.
They get sucked into the arcane, I guess. I don't know.
Probably.
At the very end, they just get sucked into nowhere.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened. I don't know.
I mean, it ended.
Yeah,
So,
but,
I mean,
we don't know.
And we probably never will.
Maybe
Unless they come up in a different style show later.
they could.
So now let's move on to ratings. Episode 1 is a 9.1. Episode 2 is a 9.1. Episode 3 is a 9.5. It's also important to note that these also came out in 3 episode blocks.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
release schedule for Netflix specifically.
Episode 4 is a 9.2. Episode 5 is a 9.6. Episode 6 is a 9.8, which is where the little kid kills herself.
Isha?
Yeah.
Something like that?
I think so. Episode 7 is a
It was
9.
Misha. Yeah. Because it's the name of my boss's dog.
The
Episode
little tiny
7 is a
Victorian child
9.6.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Episode 8 is a 9.0, and episode 9 is a 9.4. Now, the show as a total is a 9 out of 10.
Sure.
All right, roll. We'll give ours.
Roll it.
Uno.
Me, I give it a 9.1. I said I was going to be a little bit higher, even though I didn't think.
Yeah, even though it doesn't make sense logically?
It doesn't
All
make
right.
sense logically. I like season 1 better, but I think season 2 is actually the better season.
Okay.
I'm rating not off of my feelings, off of what I think is good.
Trace.
It's me. I'm gonna go with 8.8.
Okay. Is that not? That's identical to what you went with.
I think it is. I think it is. They're both really good.
Yeah.
For the same reasons. They're both the bad parts are just slightly different.
Yeah.
6. I think that's me.
It is. What do you got, Ashley?
So I rated season 1 at 2.4 because I couldn't.
You didn't even
watch
watch
I
it.
didn't want to. I didn't want to watch it. And the comment that I've made over the last 2 episodes is that the season 2 felt really unnecessarily dramatic.
Well, there's one plot line that's unnecessarily
It's-
dramatic.
Everything that I saw was unnecessarily dramatic. So
I would say it's the scene.
The art was really cool though.
I will say that the art was really cool. I 1.84
Okay.
because the drama was way too much.
Yeah.
It was way too much.
I will go with an 8.75.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't like it as much.
It's not. It's just. The ending was kind of rushed a little bit. It just
The last 4 episodes specifically felt very
which
rushed.
makes sense because they originally was going to have more seasons.
Yeah,
and
they
then
were
they're
originally gonna have 3.
You know what? Fuck it. 2 seasons.
All right. Well, that will wrap up the Arcane season 2 episode. We appreciate you guys listening. Make sure you hit the link in the description, go to our Discord, and tell us more drama-filled shows to watch so Ashley can hate them.
Well, it wasn't Vox Machina. I want Vox Machina. I want another season.
Hey,
Every
good luck
show
with
can be
that.
Vox
I
Machina.
Keep
know.
fucking waiting because it's
I
going to
am
be a while.
I am fucking waiting.